Back to Africa. We now have a feminist plot on our hands. It seems that every quarter, every 3 months, someone else has a plot against us, and dissatisfaction with our government's policies among some feminists is pushing more and more of them into the arms of extremist group known as the Military Acts of Justice. This organisation is pledged to secure gender equality by any means necessary. Look, I am too. I am as well. As we see, nothing too much has changed. But we do have a debt protection law question that we need answered. So debt collection agencies have been in the news because they are aggressively targeting the poor. I don't really want to allow these agencies to operate. I would rather that they were limited in their activity, and I'm perfectly happy to put policy in effect to support that. I don't understand why women dislike me so much, because realistically they're in a far better position now than they ever have been before. However, we are starting with a mere 16 political capital per turn. There is this turn. I think we're mostly going to spend on reshuffling the cabinet, because, frankly, the capital we're getting each turn is just not good enough. So foreign policy is our first port of call here. And the highest rated ministers need to be in the right jobs. So let's look, we've got 4.3 here, 4.3 and 4.1. So 4.3, we've got welfare and public services for both of them. So let's get them in the right place. There's welfare. Let's have him in the place. And public services. Let's get him in place. Who else has got high? 3.3. A couple of 3.3s, a 4.1 for tax. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's get him in here. There we go, 4.1 for tax. 3.3, 3.2, 3.0. So we got a 3.3. That's economy. Economy 3.3. Let's bring him in. Who else we got? 3.0. 3.4 on economy, foreign policy, or public service. Foreign policy is probably where he's going to go. You're 3.4. What have we got left? Law and order and transport. Law and order, transport. 3.0, 3.2, 3.3. Law and order. Yeah, law and order, and finally transport. Transport 3.0. 3.1, 3.2. Transport. There we go. That's a much better looking cabinet. Now let's have a look. Something to try and bring the women back in. Maternity leave is currently granted at half pay, but we can't make any changes to that at the moment. We're just a little bit short on political capital. Female genital mutilation, we have a heavily enforced ban. There's nothing else we can do about that. Gender inequality is still quite high. In fact, it's still ridiculously high. I'm not really sure how else. Abortion law, there's nothing we can do about that. We need to try and bring this under control. Gender representation, there's nothing else we can do there. That's almost as high as it could possibly go. Maternity leave I can do next turn. Yeah, so maternity leave I'll be working on next turn. Education, state schools is high. Civil service wage parity is equal. There's very little I can actually put into place that will do something that they want me to do. So I'm not really sure what they're hoping for, to be honest. What I think we do need to do is, however, try and work with our economy, try and start a young entrepreneur scheme to increase this to the tune of about, we can't get up to 1.4 billion, and that's as high as it will allow me to go. Bring the youth folk back in, capitalists as well, and try and push people, into business and try and increase our overall GDP. So that leaves us with out of political capital this month. I apologise for it being a slightly less exciting episode than perhaps we had planned. It was just the shock of hitting a mere 16 political capital per turn because of how bad the cabinet was looking and how unhappy they were in general, meant that, you know, we had to spend some time reshuffling, so to speak. So I will be back next time. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode. Thank you very much for joining us, and I promise tomorrow we will get some work done.